Let's go.
So Gary, I'm back in Oxford, here for another session. Got to confess, I haven't had a hit for a while.
Well, you haven't been practicing?
Unfortunately not, so not sure how this is going to go down, but going back to the whole technique and fundamentals, what are the key things you're going to be looking for in me in this session?
Well, first, good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. You haven't had a hit for quite a long time, which is what I'm sort of detecting from what you're saying there.
Bit of marathon training, so
yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, no, cheers,
That's a great effort. So if you haven't had a hit for a while, let's get you on the machine, give you a nice easy feed, and work on getting you hitting the ball nice and straight, full blade of the bat, good alignment, good balance, good completion of shot. Basically, the ABCs. Hitting straight is the most important thing, and if you're doing that well, then you can add on all your other shots. But if you haven't played for a while, we may need to just slow the feed down, make it easier for you to get in good positions, play the shot, and then gradually build it up. And I might throw a few drills in there while we're trying to do that. But let's see, have a bat, assess where you are, and take it from there.
Yep, and at the end of this video, stick around because we're going to talk about Gary's new batting out. So let's get into it.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Blade. What I like about that is your back foot, your laces, your back foot point down the wicket, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
So I've not even put the ball in, front shoulders turn in, you're looking to go offside before I even bowl the ball. You need to keep that, to open that front shoulder a bit and stay in a neutrally aligned and balanced position before I put the ball in and go from there. So just let the shoulder go a bit. That's it, keep it there and that's it. And look to drive it.
Okay.
We're not judging length and line here, we're looking to groove a drive.
Okay.
Yep, good. Keep that front shoulder out the way. Just drop your, that's it. Hit through it, go for it. Shoulder.
Again.
See again, as soon as you turn that shoulder, you're going offside. I bowl it straight, you hit around it or you could slice it.
Yeah.
Keep that front shoulder out the way because you don't need it to hit the ball straight. You only need it when we're hitting the off strides.
Okay. Come on, Neil.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Hit it well, feet are in a good position, but try and do a check swing. It's much more efficient.
Yeah.
Hitting zone becomes bigger, back through the line of the ball for longer.
Okay.
Better for technique.
Okay.
Well played.
Again. Sorry.
Shoulder a little more. That's it. Push your head at me. Yeah, drive it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Drive it. You playing for the drill, Neil?
Huh? Yeah.
Right, I want you to drive the next three. If it goes along the ground, great. If it's not quite there, drive it anyway. As long as it hits the middle of the bat and it goes where it's supposed to go, then the chances are you're nicely aligned.
Okay. No.
Yeah, do the check swing and just hold it for 2 seconds. Hold it. Excellent. Good. Get a feel for that position so it implants onto the muscle memory more effectively. Okay. Shoulder out the way. Excellent. Good. Are you trying to get your head forward first or your foot?
Head.
Good.
Foot.
That's it. Drop that front foot back a bit.
No.
So in your stance, I'm not a big fan of opening up that front foot because they can still be in the same line as the back foot. you're better off dropping it back a bit. So go to your stance again. Just drop your, no, don't open your front foot. Have them the same, but just drop your front foot back that way. No, your front foot. Right, and just turn the back foot in a bit so it's matching the front. That's it. Perfect. Right, keep that front shoulder out of the way. Yeah, look to drive it. Go for it. Shoulder. Yeah, just again, check the feet. Front foot that way a bit. All right. Good. Before we do a drill, which will help things to fall into place, let's have a look at your stance again.
Yep.
Okay, Neil, let's have a look at your setup, because that is the most important thing to get right. So,
yep.
Obviously, right arm over, swinging the ball in, you're a left-handed player. It's all about the angles. The ball's coming from that angle, swinging in. So let's set up so you could play a really good straight drive or on drive. So just looking at your stance, you don't want your feet like this or one open. You want them pretty much the same, and imagine someone's picked you up, moved you around and put you back down again. So they're the same.
Yep.
That's good. Now when I'm not quite that open, just come that way a little bit and swivel them the other way. That's it.
Yep.
When I put the ball in, you mishit a few early on and you were getting your pad in the way. You were closing off. That happens with players when players are looking to play an off drive, because it's a shot they all like to play and they're prejudging the balls out there and they start going like this before the ball's bowled. But here, the other problem is your shoulder is a little bit like this. So if you do your back lift, if you got your shoulder around here, the back goes behind you, your shoulder makes your head tip, and now we're going this way, and if the ball's straight, Neil now is either going to come across it or he's going to readjust and he could end up slicing it. So he's out of alignment and balance. If he keeps his shoulder here, it puts his head in a brilliant position. So now for him to play a straight drive or an on drive, is his head and that green man need to line up with the ball and then swing the bat through. So as you go to the shot, to play a shot, keep that front shoulder out of the way, because if the front shoulder's out of the way, get good access to the ball, nicely balanced and nicely aligned. So go back to your stance again. Some players you see standing with their feet really open and the shoulder a long way around, and they think that's opening up. Well, if your shoulder's round here, you're not opening up. That's even worse, because your feet are over there, shoulders here, you're bound to fall across the crease. So it's important that he matches his shoulders, let's put that a bit more that way, with his feet. There. That's a good setup, but as he sees the ball coming straight and he goes to hit it, he's got to pick his head back up and go head, chest. But a common fault with players, they do that a little bit. And as soon as they've done that, they've gone to the offside. If he keeps that out of the way, for anything straight off his legs, he's got great access to the ball, good balance and good alignment. So we're going to do a drill, which is my favourite drill, it's the most productive one, and it's on the app. It's called the set position. So if you stand with your feet dead straight, so I'm going to put the ball into the machine and I'm going to look to bowl it as straight as I can. I want Neil to get up on his toes. He's not going to move his feet, let the ball come, hit it, and then when he's hit it, shuffle forward towards the target area he was aiming at. This is a good drill because it allows him to get his head and chest forward. It allows him to you're putting him in a front on position, he's got plenty of time to let the ball come. He'll make contact out in front of himself, and if he's doing that, his head will be forward. If he's making contact in front, his top hand's doing all the work. So let's give that a go. Feet a little tighter. Right, chest more, that's it. Yeah, don't step, because when you step, your foot is going first.
Yeah.
This is a good drill because I'm trying to get you to stand still, lean with your head, hit it in front of you, so your head has to be forward, okay?
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
So lean and wait for it. Open up a bit shoulders, that's it. Yeah, shuffle forward now. So we're holding the shape of the shot and you feel the completion of the shot. That's really good. Up on your toes, head, chest at me. Yeah, good, go through with it, good. Nice high finish, high elbow. Good, good. The more you can get your head forward, right,
Yeah.
the bigger the hitting zone becomes. You create more time to play the shot.
Yeah, makes sense.
And also that top hand's going to be dominant. If you let the ball come too close to you, your head's going to be back and your bottom hand's going to come in, and we don't want that. So up nice and relaxed, up on your toes. That is a fantastic shot.
Need
But
to
do
the
the
camera.
shuffle, front foot, front foot, front foot.
Yeah.
Is the camera insured? Don't turn the shoulder, that's the common mistake. Higher, yeah, finish with those hands in front of your face. Nice high elbow.
Again.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Too tentative.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, look, don't be frightened of making a mistake, because make a mistake, we find a solution. It's all good stuff. Very good. Very good. Go right through with it. The reason I want you to go right through with the shot and finish with your hands high above your head is because it's good to exaggerate a really good completion of shot. And also, you're only going to finish with your hands above your head if that bottom hand is loose. If it's too tight, you might keep stopping there.
Yeah.
So keep that nice and loose so you can finish high and complete the shot. Good. Higher elbow on completion of the shot, and you're nearly there. That is an excellent shot. Very good. Okay, let's move it on a bit now. So let's now do one in the set position.
Yep.
And one from your stance. And from your stance, you're trying to get into that set position, front on, to hit the ball straight on contact.
Okay.
So nice set position first. Yeah, go through with it. Now normal stance. Normal stance, you're going to hit it and shuffle forward. Yeah, good. But come on, let it flow. Too cautious that was. Let it flow. There we go. Good shot. Well played. Now try and get into that position from your stance. Open the shoulder. Right through. Very good. Set position again. And let it flow. Shoulder out of the way. Sharp. It's the off drive. Normal stance.
Nah.
Set position. Get a feel for that open position, especially if hitting off your legs or through mid on. Good. Normal stance. And again, normal stance. The more the ball starts to go leg stump or down the leg side, the more that back lift needs to be pointing wider. Yeah, so it's straight line through ball to target. If you pick up too straight and I swing it in at middle and leg, you get hit a lot of balls on the inside of your back face, and when you're trying to flick it off your legs down the leg side, you might not be able to reach it, you might get a fake one on it and get caught, but if you're more open with that upper body, you've got more chance of getting more bat on the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, good, blue cone, excellent. Nearly, just do that again. Don't step until you finish the shot or hit the ball. Wait for it. It's a good shot, but just for this drill, let it come, hit, and then shuffle.
Yeah, fine.
Right, stay open. Okay.
Go through with it.
Keep going from your stance every shot.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Let's be specific. Toe of the bat has to finish at the colour of the cone that you should be hitting the ball at.
Yeah, okay.
Stay open. That's good. Good. Yeah, let it flow a bit more. Finish your hands high and your elbow high.
Okay. Nah. Bat needs to go high? Or wider?
Huh?
Wider? Does my bat need to go wider?
Hands in, bat out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wider. No. Open the shoulder a little more. That's it. So your head and chest are coming to me. Good. Open up. That's it. That's much better. Stay in that position if it's straight. If it's offside, from a line bounce position, then you can turn and get across to it.
Okay.
Brilliant. Well played. That's good.
Yeah.
Finish with your hands higher.
Higher, yeah.
Fully complete the shot.
Okay.
Good.
Flowing better. Actually can feel the middle of the bat now.
Yeah. So go head forward, hands back. Go for it.
Go through it, yeah, go through it.
Head first, not foot. Lean with the head. So lean at me, head at me, like you're looking for that straight drive is your first thought. And if it's outside off stump, you can react to the line and adjust. That way you stay aligned and balanced. Yeah, go for that's it. Right now, just hit it and stand still. You don't have to do any shuffling. Just step, hit it, stand still and hold your shape.
Okay.
For 2 seconds. Unless it's on your legs, then you obviously do a little shuffle.
Yeah.
Hold, yeah. Head forward, hands back, nice high finish. Shoulder. Yeah, let it come to you. Hit and stand still.
Yeah.
Unless it's an on drive. Stay neutral, that's it.
Nah.
So you went foot first.
2, yeah.
The bigger you go with that stride to drive, the more your head's back. You want an easy pace so you can lean in with your head and upper body so you've got good reach.
Okay.
Big hitting zone. Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
Really good. The middle and leg, good to do a shuffle because it encourages a short stride. If it's straight or offside, hit it, stand still. Hop. Yeah, let it come.
Yep.
Let it come more. So head forward, hands back, let it come, hit it and stand still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoulder. So Neil, how's that feel?
Well, yes, it's been 1.5 years since I probably had a net. So
it's a big ass trying to hit lots of perfect shots.
I feel like I'm basically missing the ball initially,
yeah.
Not finding the middle of the bat at all.
Yeah.
So just after a few, that one drill there and a few balls, actually feeling a bit more balanced,
yeah.
Head moving forward, and actually knowing what the middle of the bat feels like.
Yeah.
How do you think I've done?
No, much better because you were at the beginning. You were closing off with that front foot, which is a common fault. Foot going across, foot going across. When the ball's coming back into you, that's a problem because you're an LBW candidate. And that was when Neil's shoulder kept coming around, just about to put the ball in, and sometimes didn't put it in, and he's already gone that way. So he's already out of alignment and balance. And if I bowl it straight, he might be all right if it's an off drive. But when he stayed there, he was aligned and balanced. All he had to do is push his head forward. Great access to play an on drive and a straight drive. And if he wanted to hit an off drive, he just turned, got across there, and played through the offside. But that's better. But it's always good to throw technical points at a player, because if you keep throwing the right technical points in and the player starts making the adjustments, it's a great way to fast track hitting the ball cleanly to the correct target area and ending up with a really good technique. Just hitting, hoping for the best and trying this, trying that, it all takes too long. We want to get it right pretty much straight away.
Yeah, I was going to say that some of these mistakes, obviously not only for an amateur player such as myself,
yeah.
You've noticed some, even at the top of the game,
yeah.
Some of the common mistakes that even the international players are making that you've seen?
Yeah, well, one in particular that I've been watching quite a lot is Ollie Pope, and everyone knows how talented he is as a batter and an England prospect. But he's very much like this, which is very side on, very closed off. His feet look more open than they used to be, but this is still round. So in a lot of ways, that makes it even worse. The bat is very straight, the shoulder's in the way. It's very hard for him to not tip across to the offside, and it does make you play around straight balls and whip them through the leg side and make you an LBW candidate. If he was to match his shoulders with his feet, he'd be in a much better balanced aligned position to play straight, drive straight, and if he wanted to whip one off middle, he could. But currently, very much here, going that way, you can get dragged into playing at a wide ball, and if you go too side on too early, you end up coming back the other way to compensate. Bat comes off the line of the ball, you nick it, or you could also slice it. So really, really important to keep that front shoulder out of the way to play straight.
Moving on from that point about international players, I think you've also noticed that a lot of batters in the modern game almost standing in that baseball stance, almost, as you say, just in this kind of position.
Yeah.
What are the faults in their game that you see and that can potentially be rectified?
Well, not saying you can't bat like that, but I think it's not a very efficient way of doing things. The problem with standing up here is the bat has got not much of a backswing, right? If you're down here, you get a backswing and a rhythm in the shot like a golfer teeing off. And when you've got that backswing and rhythm, gravity helps out here, top hand stays in charge, but when it's up here, it's just literally come straight down. That encourages the bottom hand to come in. When the bottom hand comes in, we hit around it or can hit around it. The hitting zone becomes smaller. And also when we're up here, this tucks in tight, so the palm of your hand is on the handle. If you're down here, it's fingers and thumb, and already your bottom hand is light, which is great for playing straight. Up here, it's getting tight. It's tight, not much of a backswing, and then all this going on, it's too complicated. As you keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, this bottom hand, for me, is starting to tighten. So basically, stand in, stump height, do your trigger, whatever it is, then play the shot is the way forward. This isn't really, for me, a trigger, because you're not really moving. The trigger is getting your feet going, ready to go forward or back, not by just wobbling your bat around. So again, makes bottom hand tight, lacking of rhythm because there's no loading up to swing the bat through. Bat can be too straight, shoulder too far around, so it makes you very vulnerable to the ball that's swinging in or turning in, and you don't want to be an LBW candidate. So down here or conventional stance here is much more efficient than standing up here. Those are my views on the back lift.
Gary, now we're sitting down post the session.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on how I progressed through it? I feel as if I was hitting the ball a bit better at the end.
Well, if you think that, that's good, and I totally agree with you. Much better at the end than in the beginning, and that's the power of putting in the right technical content when you're working with the player. Tiny little changes to make batting easier for the player results in them hitting the ball better. And you definitely got into better positions, good balance, good alignment, good completion shot at the end of the session there. So definitely.
Yeah, you're known as a very technically focused coach.
Yeah.
Would that be a fair thing to say? And obviously you've got your app, which is coming out soon in the UK and then worldwide eventually.
Yeah.
Would that be a fair assessment? And how is the app evolving and what's involved in it?
So yes, I'm a very big believer in technique. I think it's the shortcut to improving skill level or to get somebody back into form if they're out of form and they've got a couple of technical problems or they've developed some faults. Technique and keeping your technique on point is massively important. That's what I believe anyway. I don't think you just let people get on and play and working out for themselves. That it can just take too long if you get dropped in the process or have a number of low scores. So I think Yeah, I'm very big on technique. Get in there, make a difference, get the player hitting the ball better to the correct target areas, minimise ways of getting out. Definitely big on technique. How people bat in a game is a bit different. They would work that out for themselves, what works for them, how they want to bat. That's their own individualism. But when it comes to technique, it's got to be structured. Very important.
We did a drill in there
Yeah.
during the session.
Yeah.
A lot more is going to be in your app for a user that's going to dive into your stuff.
Yeah,
download
yeah.
it in. What can they gain from it?
Yeah, well, I've got an app coming out. I've been working on it for the last couple of years, and it's an app which is a batting coaching app. It's got all the key shots on there. It's a step-by-step technical breakdown of those key shots, videos from front view, side view, demonstrations, and it will give players and coaches from the beginner through to the international total clarity on what good looks like, all the best techniques. Obviously you will get your exceptions to the rule, and that's fine, but what's on the app as far as demos goes and the technical input will be really helpful for coaches and players. It'll just give them clarity.
I think that's that's the beauty of the app, isn't it? And your
Yeah.
stuff. It's not only the village cricketers,
Yeah.
it goes all the way up to an
Yeah.
international player that can digest the stuff, the
Yeah.
technical philosophies and the drills.
Yeah,
etc.
I mean the drills on there, the drills systematically construct technique of the key shots, and there'll be drills on there that people haven't seen before that fast track constructing those techniques or the development of a technique. And I know players and coaches, again from beginner to the international, will find them really useful in rapidly developing technique. There's a section on the app with theme practices, so trigger moves, playing the short ball, playing swing bowling, playing spin bowling. Two of my favourite sessions on there that I used to do a lot with Sir Alastair is the 4 angles and dual machines, which totally challenge your alignment, your balance and your completion of shot. And the dual machine session is a tough session, and if you can hit the ball well from all angles alternately, the chances are your technique is on point. And we used to do those 2 drills a lot, and to positive effect. They really did help and make a difference.
That's the beauty of this app, isn't it? You obviously worked with international players, the greats of the game, as you just mentioned, Sir Alastair Cook. Some of those drills that you did with him, for example, a user can gain that insight and almost take it into their game.
Yep, if they want to know this, what did you do in those sessions with him, it's on the app. There's also a section on the app on technical analysis. When do you change a technique? At what stages do you assess a technique? How do you put it across? I just think there's something in there for everyone, from all standards, from the beginner to the international, all ages, boys, girls. There's definitely something in there that will make you a better player or a better coach. It's packed with information, and I've thought long and hard about what I think people need to see and what would help them. I feel in cricket, having chatted to a lot of players that have come to me down here, there's a lack of emphasis on technique, and people want to know, actually, how do you do it? What's the best way? And if you know what good looks like from a coaching point of view, then it's so much easier to spot a fault in a player. If you don't know what good looks like, how can you see the fault? If you can't see the fault, you can't address it, you can't fix it. But if you know what good looks like, faults in the technique will stand out, they'll be easy to see, and then you can go and address them, and a player can get back into form and go on and score more runs. And as far as this app goes, I believe all the stuff that's on there will make batting easier, help players to bat for longer and score more runs. And I hope people enjoy it, and we'll also add to it as and when we get new videos and drills and practices and things. But at the moment, for a starting point, there's a hell of a lot on there, all in one place. Shots, drills, theme practices, technical analysis.
and it'll be available to download via the usual methods, via the App Store, etc. What is it actually called, so that when people search, when it's eventually released?
It's Gary Palmer Batting App, and it'll be on the App Store. Hopefully the UK version will be out within the next week, and then the worldwide version should be a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, so time stamping this at the time of this recordings, end of May.
Yeah.
So it's coming very soon, so it's exciting times.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to bringing it out and seeing the impact it has on players and coaches, and I hope it's a positive one.
Yeah, so once it is released, we'll put it at the bottom of this video as well, so people can actually just click through straight away.
Yeah.
But Gary, exciting times, and thank you very much for the session today.
No, good to see you.
You too.
Well played.
Thank you.
Cheers.